shots from the comfy studio.
Talk to your fans. Because I'll tell you what, if he talks to the fans, I reckon Carlton of 2020 are Brisbane of 2018. And the reason I say that is because they're very much a boundaries line team. So everything they do is hard. Everything they do is in a contest. And I think that'll correct. That'll change. Brisbane flipped the switch and they went to become more central, more corridor, more aggressive. You look at their year this year, OK? It hasn't been a bad year. This is where we all thought they'd be. They've been involved in 7 games decided by 10 points or less. That's a lot of learning. Yeah. That's a lot of learning. Haven't been blown away at all. I think their biggest loss is 31 points, where they had north of 30 half a dozen times last year. They're 17th for disposals and 10th for marks. So there's not a lot of reward with what they do. That's my worry, is that for all that they do, they don't necessarily score and no one gets any real reward or joy out of how they're playing. The biggest query I've got is if their strength is going to be their big boys in the forward half, and they do load up, they do play very tall, that they've got to get reward for that. I mean, goals per inside 50, they're 18th in the competition in the last 3 weeks. And when you look at one-on-ones in the forward line, Carlton have had the least in the competition by some margin. So they've had 53 one-on-ones in 14 games, so not including this weekend. So 53 in 14 games. Geelong have had 103. Yep. So Geelong set up to maximise their big man, whereas Carlton, the next step of that is to set up to maximise your big men. And clearly that's going to involve Charlie Curnow next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes when you've got the tall forwards, you can get sucked into bombing the ball in. But it takes time to build a brand. You can't build everything at once. You can't build your defence, your connection with your forwards and how you want to play all in 1 year. It takes a couple of years. So Carlton, you're right, are doing a lot right. If they can add that next layer of their efficiency and use those tools a bit better and take a leaf out of Geelong and how they isolate Tom Hawkins, Carlton, they've certainly got a forward line that can kick enough goals next year.
Just to finish it, just to pull a full stop on it, percentage is your best guide. And they've improved about 12 percentage points year to year. So it's a big improvement regardless of what the wins and losses say.
2020, tick.
Tick.
Let's get heavy into Richmond tonight. Tell me